Department that's
Outstanding department. Thank you very much, Jay.
one outstanding
Yeah, we make him
department
stand out in the hall, don't we?
that is not reported as annual budget request is the courthouse maintenance budget. Of course, Tom does the administrative work there. And Tom, why don't you go ahead and just lead off on what you got?
All right, I'll just kind of summarize what we have in the draft budget for courthouse maintenance for next year. We have, as far as personnel goes, we maintain an unfilled part-time custodial position as part of the personnel budget for this department. It's kind of a holdover from when Kate Betts was here, and we keep it open in the event that we would have a foreseeable long-term absence or FMLA in the custodial department and need to add an employee. The increase for next year on personnel costs is 2.7%, which is reflective of planned increases for union physicians as well as other positions. The operations budget, I'll hit the highlights. I gave you a spreadsheet there where we've got $130,200 in capital projects planned. This is a little higher than the current year, and I'll explain why. We've got $38,500 in security projects, which is down slightly. And then we've got $91,700 in non-security projects. The big one is a $45,000 estimated project for tuck pointing of the building. It's been about 20 years since we've done that, and just to maintain the integrity of the exterior of the building, it's a good idea to do that about every 20 years. So I've got that in the budget for this upcoming fiscal year. Also, replacing countertops in the Personnel Board of Supervisors and Clerk of Court's office. The countertops in the Personnel and Board of Supervisors offices are a lovely 1962 vintage.
I was going to say, I thought they were almost...
Yeah, and other offices on first floor have done some updates and sort of left us in the dust. The Clerk of Court's counter, we need a more durable surface on that countertop. There are some cracks in the countertop as a result of the heavy doors that they pull down daily. And so we'll be replacing that. Have some remodeling in the personnel office. And then basement repainting, which finishes the public hallway repainting project that we started several years ago. I would point out that out of this budget, we pay the courthouse gas, electric, and water. That accounts for $129,100 in the budget, or about a third of the operations budget. Then we also pay the utilities for the election annex and snow removal out of the CPC office out of this budget as well. The operations budget is an increase of 8.8%. The overall budget increase is 6.9%. So it's about $35,500 more than last year. But without the tuck pointing, we would have a $10,000 decrease in the overall budget without doing that project. But once every 20 years, I mean, it's about $2,000 a year we've gotten out of the previous tuck pointing that was done when Mr. Fearman was here. So that's the courthouse maintenance budget. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer. We do have some projects underway right now with the painting project for this year, which includes third floor. It also includes painting of some conference rooms down in the basement in area vacated by the CPC office. And then also includes repainting of the Clerk of Court's office, their vault, and the Traffic Bureau.
Did you want to talk a little bit about the security projects?
Sure. We continue to add cameras throughout the building, and There are always additional locations that we're finding that could benefit from those cameras. Those cameras can be monitored in a couple locations in the building, and so we'll be adding some for that. Also, we continue to expand the fob key system throughout the building. The same fob can open the back door as opens other doors, and so we've been working with the courts on that as well. I put in money again for studies for the security in the front entry, as well as possible intrusion alarm. I just haven't gotten around to that, and I don't know whether I'll get to it this fiscal year or not.
Get that central screening point study.
Yeah, yeah. You know, the intrusion alarm too is sort of an issue, because if you're in here on weekends, you realize how many people, how many employees, state and county, are in this building on the weekends working, so. Wouldn't want them setting the alarms off all the time
That's true.
and necessarily calling the police, so.
I was just gonna ask what you just started to on the central screening point study. What is that really?
It would be for screening of individuals that come in the front doors, metal detectors and those types of things for high-profile trials, since we do continue to have a lot of criminal trials here in this building. So
So it'd be more the main entry type.
it would, because that's our
So
only.
everything else is locked down now, isn't it?
Right, correct.
I think in Blackhawk County, they've done that for 4 or 5 years, where there's only one entrance and you gotta go through a metal detector to
Yeah.
get in.
The Polk County Courthouse is the same way,
I know.
so,
Well, hopefully we don't have to do that.
I know.
But nothing surprises me anymore.
Well, they'd have to tell you to empty your pockets every day, Bob.
Yeah. That's for sure.
All right, that's all I've got.
I don't have any questions for him.
All right, thanks, Tom.
Yep.